Lighty Boxing with Frank Warren and Queensbury. A long overdue visit down to the south coast, a little day at the seaside to come and see Mr. Mark Chamberlain. How are you, Mark?
All good, thanks. Yourself?
Yeah, not bad, not bad. Every time I come normally here on holiday, so...
Yeah, long time no see. I'm training hard in the gym, as you can see. That was from sparring yesterday.
Who did that to you?
It was either Ryan or the other fella I sparred. I don't know his name.
Actually,
It was one of them.
Your nose is actually a little bit puffed up, to be fair.
Yeah, got to move that head, didn't I?
Yes, that's true.
That was good though. Got some good rounds in.
Now then, July the 2nd, Wembley Arena, or the OVO Arena, Wembley.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of a twist of fate. You're, what's his name, your mate? Sam Noakes, broken hand, so you're actually jumping in with his opponent, is that correct?
Yeah, so basically, I think it was like 3-4 weeks ago, I think we got a phone call saying, do we want to take the fight? Obviously I've been ticking over and I was told I weren't going to be fighting until August sort of time. So I'd been ticking over and yeah, I just thought, yeah, I'm going to be ready, so it's no point me saying no. So yeah, I just took it.
I think it makes sense. I mean, I think this is the sort of time when you expected to be fighting and when you wanted to be fighting, isn't it? Yeah,
definitely. I need to be active because obviously I last fought in March. I can't remember the date, but it was March, like mid-March. I didn't want to be out of the ring for like 5-6 months. So I'd like to get another 2 in before Christmas. So I'm going to get this one in July. And I'd like to think I'm going to get out again probably November, December time.
Sure, yeah.
And then obviously have my title, and then it'd be like a big year for me then.
I understand there's likelihood of a little title on the line.
Yeah.
First title belt.
Yeah, it's been a long time coming really, because I think my last fight was supposed to be for the title, but somewhere along the lines I think a criteria or something was me not doing a 10 rounder before, so I had to get the 10 rounder in, I think, but I don't know whatever title that one was for, but we're now fighting for the IBF European title.
Which is good, gets you off and running.
Definitely, yeah, 100%.
And you're still only around the sort of 10 fight mark.
Yeah, I've had 10 fights, obviously this will be my 11th. And yeah, in terms of opponent as well, he ain't got a bad record. So.
Have you had a look at him?
I'll be honest with you, I see a little clip of when he fought, I think it's Kiko Martinez.
That's kind of his claim to fame, isn't it, if you like? Isn't it?
Yeah, he fought him twice. Yeah, I watched clips, but it's pointless watching clips because he'll fight a different fight on the night against me. Everyone does, don't they? It's all right studying him for that, but it fight completely different on the night. So
I get the feeling from fighters, but when people ask, have you watched him, blah blah blah, and they all sort of go, well, no, I've just had a little look. It's just all you need is a flavour of what to expect when the first bell goes, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is he a quick starter? What's he sort of shape up like? You don't really need a lot more than that.
No, I've never been one to watch my opponents anyway, really, purely because of that reason. I am who I am, and I'll get in there and do what I normally do. And I know for a fact, after a few rounds, I think he's going to slow down anyway. So,
what is he, about 13-2, isn't he? Sort of something like that.
What, as in the amount of fights he's had?
Yeah, 13-2.
No, he's had 20 fights. 20, yeah, I think he's had 20 fights.
20 and 3, something like that.
Lost 2, and drew a couple. So he ain't got a bad record.
Yeah.
But I need these type of fights now.
Good experience, wouldn't he?
Yeah, 100%. He's been there and done it. So I believe I can beat him, and he's never been stopped either. So I'd like to get the stoppage against him, because obviously he's been in there with 20 odd people and none of them have done it. So I'm sure I can pull it out of the bag, hopefully. I won't go looking for it, but I'm sure it'll come.
Talk about your last fight, which was, like I say, people talk about titles. I mean, that opponent was probably worth a title at that stage in your career. I mean, might have raised a few eyebrows when people saw, you fighting Jeff O'Fory in your 10th fight, because the guy's no mug. He's been around. He's been around the block, fought good people. Yeah. So I mean, credit to you for taking that. But how did that alter your mindset going into the fight, knowing all that? Knowing this is the first one that's potentially going to cause you problems.
Yeah, I just take everything in my stride, if you know what I mean, as it comes.
Were you more nervous?
No, it's just same as any other fight, really. Obviously, I knew he'd been in there with a couple of top names and had a close fight with Archie Sharp, obviously. And then obviously I knew that he fought R. Davies, but got stopped in like 5 or 6. Yeah, none of that. None of that's to do with any of the me fighting him, really. I just got in there and done what I had to do and broke him down, and I think it was the 5th or the 6th round I stopped him, or he didn't come out, one of the two.
If anything though, I mean, you weren't flowing like you normally do to start off with, and it looked like you were being a little bit more tentative.
Yeah, I was like trying to be a bit clever, like picking my shots rather than rushing, because obviously I knew what he was capable of doing, so I just thought, I'll test it out for a couple of rounds here and see how it goes. And then I think I actually remember the shot. I caught him with like a straight 1-2, and the backhand like splattered his nose. I heard the crunch, and then I think that was round 3. From that round, I knew he was struggling with his breathing through his nose, because there was blood everywhere.
So you weren't surprised when he just didn't come out?
Yeah, because I spoke to the doctor after, and he said his nose was broken bad, but there's no reason why he couldn't have carried on. But I think, like he said in the dressing room, like he was behind on the scorecards. He was hurt, so what's the point of staying in there for a few more just to get bashed up? It
would have just been a case of being macho or ego.
It would have only got worse, wouldn't it?
Just to sort of say, I mean, will anyone remember further down the line the fact that he stayed in the ring for the distance at Wembley Arena back in 2022? You know, no one's going to think of that, are they?
Definitely.
When you judge his career. But, like I say, you looked a bit tentative. It wasn't really flowing, probably like we used to see him from you. And then something really strange happened, in the sense that when you started talking to him, you started really boxing how you should and firing that jab out.
Yeah, I can't remember what he was saying.
It's like you started talking to him like a bit of bravado sort of thing, but then you started really firing out the jab with some menaces, and you were landing.
Yeah, I think it's when I see him at the weigh-in, I see him doing an interview with someone, and he was saying he was going to put it on me, he was going to do this, I've never done the rounds. Fair enough, everyone can say what they want to say, but he didn't. He didn't even put it on me. And I was like sort of waiting, if you know what I mean, and he was talking to me, saying something, and I was like, well, come on then, like put it on me. And then that was it, really.
Have you ever had some people talk to you in the ring before?
Not in a professional fight, no. I mean, I think he was going, come on then boy, like, something like that, come on, let's go. But his nose was splattered across his face, he couldn't breathe. So.
But it's funny, it just took that sort of moment in time for you to really start fighting how you fight.
Yeah.
And that really seemed to make the decisive difference. You thought, right, he's teeing off now, he's really got the menaces back. Yeah. And just wonder what the trigger point was for that, and
I don't really know.
Noticed it yourself.
Yeah, I don't really know. I mean, I've always been a slow starter as an amateur as well. Obviously now I've got 10 rounds. I don't want to go 100 mile an hour from the first bell, because when you get in them later rounds, you need your engine, don't you? So it's not so much pace yourself. I was sort of trying to pick my shots at the right time, and I'll be honest with you, when I got out of that fight, I didn't even feel like I'd done any rounds, because one, I was obviously super fit, and it was a bit of a slow start anyway. So
I suppose you're actually a little bit at that crossroads point, mentally probably, in the sense that you haven't done those 10 rounds yet, and you don't know what you're going to be like, do you? So it's almost like you're going to have to kind of put yourself through it at some point.
Yeah.
You know.
We obviously we spar the rounds in the gym over and over again, 8 and 10 rounds. I can do them no problem. Obviously, I got in one of my fights, I think it was Sean Cooper, I'd done 8 rounds. That was great. I've done them easy.
That fight as well, weren't you? So.
Yeah. I think I won that fight by something like 11 rounds, even though it was an 8-rounder, because of obviously the knockdowns and that. So yeah, I can do the rounds no problem.
Good. Your name popped up on the Border Control Circular. Was it this week or last week?
Yeah, last week, wasn't it?
Last week. An eliminator.
Yeah.
For the British title. What's your feelings on that?
I mean, I'm up for anything. I'll fight anyone, but obviously it's down to my team to decide, and obviously promoter what's the best route for me to go down. Obviously, I'm going to be fighting for the IBF European, so I think that might be like a different way round to the British, if you know what I mean. So I don't know. We just have to see what happens. But obviously, I have been made mandatory to fight in the eliminator. So I think purse bids are due to take place in July, and the fight take place by November. But obviously, I got the 2nd of July.
It'll be interesting to see whether they go for it or not, because a lot of the time they might sort of think, well, we're not having, you know, one of his leading prospects in the country going in an eliminator.
Yeah.
You know, they might look at it like that. You know, it's saying
Yeah.
it's too good a fight for that. There should be something on that fight more than an eliminator.
Yeah, that's what I mean. They might go around it another route. I don't know. There's loads of ways around it. That's what I got my promoter and my team for, to obviously get the best route for me and what's going to be more beneficial.
You're not really going to lose any sleep either way, sort of.
No, I'll take everything as it comes.
I mean, the fella they put up was Corey Gibbs as the prize fighter, or whatever they call it now. He won that. He looks like a tricky sort of fighter, doesn't he? Sort of.
Yeah, it is what it is, isn't it? If I have to fight him, I have to fight him. Like I've said before, I'm not in boxing to dodge people. I'll fight whoever they put in front of me. It's just simple as that. But
quite nice to see your name start getting in the mix, though, isn't it? It's sort of kind of an indication that you're getting somewhere, and now your name's high up in the rankings. You're starting to get mentioned in terms of British titles, eliminators, mandatory shots, that sort of thing. So I suppose it's quite a nice feeling, but probably shows, like I say, finally.
All the hard work over the years is paying off, so yeah.
What else is happening? So you still enjoying your retirement from work?
Yeah, well, funny enough, obviously in between and that, I do what I can because of, it's just out of boredom really. But obviously when I got the phone call a few weeks back, that was it. I just jacked in again and switched off from work and just been flat out training. So
when you say jacked in, it's your firm, isn't it? So.
Well, yeah, well, I work for myself, but obviously there's like a group of 4 of us, so we all like work together.
Do you get someone to take your place, or you just step away from
a
few
just
months?
Step away really. But recently we've took on another plasterer, so he's sort of helped out and saved the day. So if I get any work come in and whatever's booked in, what I was going to do, I can just send in there. So it's worked out all right really.
Pretty workman's weather coming round now, isn't it? Sort of.
Yeah.
And for you being the dog father, apparently another little litter coming on the way, but not with the bulldog.
No, not just yet. Yeah, with the poodle. So let's see how that goes.
It's a very pretty poodle, isn't it? It's like a red.
Yeah, really red. So everyone loves her. So she's the type of colour that stands out. As much as she's just a poodle, I think poodle's a more popular dog. Well, same as the Frenchies, really. They're popular, aren't they? But
yeah,
they don't molt or nothing. So I think they're a bit of everyone. Them dogs. So
that'd be another bestseller. Another bestseller. I mean, your mum said to me last time this was the last time she was having a litter in the house. So does that mean you've got to have them in the tree house?
No, they got their dog pen. They'll be all right.
All right, mate. So we look forward to July the 2nd, Wembley Arena. Done your tickets yet? Got them on sale? Yeah,
I was flying around last night. Well, obviously I only just found out a couple of weeks ago. They ain't even put the show poster out there yet, but my tickets come yesterday and I was out dropping them off last night, so I've got a couple of weeks just to offload them. Yeah, I'll get it done. It's not a problem.
Good little crowd down there.
Yeah, definitely.
Not the worst journey in the world, is it?
No, and it's a nice area. It's probably the better part of London because obviously it's in the middle of Wembley. You got all the shops and nice hotels, food, restaurants, everything.
Look forward to it, mate. Best of luck.
Thank you.